it's not COVID. We didn't even plan that. It's called allergies, seasonal allergies. It's called pollen, and my windows are open.
Well, we always start off Free Spirit Talks with laughter. And I was sitting here and my thought was, I don't feel very funny. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling funny.
Well, we just got done with yoga, so it's been very...
Yeah, in truth, my muscle kind of hurts. I feel like this muscle pain. Because, and then you go and sneeze. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, isn't that awesome? So,
no, it's just seasonal allergies.
You're telling me not to be scared. Not to fear your sneeze?
Yeah, don't fear my sneeze.
Because you have seasonal allergies.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll trust you just because.
But you should fear your fear.
We should?
You should.
I should be scared of my fear.
You should. So smart coaching advice.
Why should I be scared of my fear? I'm nervous. I'm anxiety ridden. I'm like ebbing and flowing in and out of emotion.
Just shut that stuff down. Shut that down.
Ignore it.
Ignore it.
Act as though
hide from it. Just go.
Put a good face on.
Yeah. That's good, solid advice.
Because I'm spiritual.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't not have any negative emotions, especially fear, because that just shows you have no faith, and that you are broken as a spiritual person.
So now you're telling me that I'm broken.
Yes,
I'm broken, so I need fixed.
Yeah.
Need fixed.
So just don't fear the fear. Just like don't have the emotion. Just shut it down. Shut any emotion that is not positive. This is not how I coach. But I think and it just happened that I did sneeze when we started this, but that is with the COVID-19. So many people are feeling fear right now, and a bunch of other emotions. And we're not going to get into COVID on here. That's not the goal. But
it's an emotional time. That's the true matter.
People are losing their jobs, and
there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of upheaval in the world,
anger
in families, in our houses, in our relationships, friendships, dating, marriages, siblings, parents and children. I see it all over the place. Everybody is just, for the people that are still working over and over again, because I have friends and I have clients that are still working their corporate jobs, and it's a blessing, but because of all the layoffs, they're now working 2-3 people's jobs. And I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine just yesterday, and she was commenting about some of the pictures I posted on Facebook and stuff, and she was like, man, life isn't that fun over here, I want to move into your house because you're doing all this.
Everybody wants to move in your house.
I was like, what do you mean? She said, because I'm working an 80-hour week, and I've got 4 kids that I'm trying to homeschool now, and and her husband's working an 80-hour week also. So they're just trying to do what they never do because they have their space. They can go and they go to their office, but they can't go to their office. Their kids are and it was just a stress, and she was just like.
And I have a lot of single clients right now that they're alone, and they really are alone.
Oh my God, yeah. All my single clients are just going, get me out of here.
Yeah, and so I think everybody's experiencing different emotions in different ways, and I think we are fearing those emotions. We're fearing the fear. We're fearing
we fear our
anger.
Darkness. That's what it ultimately comes down to, is that we fear our shadow. We fear the darkness. We fear the depth of our emotion, because we don't know how deep it is and where it'll take us, and if it has a bottom, right? Are we going to implode if we let ourselves get emotion, if we let ourselves feel our hearts around any given subject at this moment? How is that going to impact our whole world? And we hear there's horror stories going on, of course, and there's a lot of horror stories, that COVID's causing, but there's also the horror stories that life with this epidemic is definitely highlighting for people. And so fearing fear is definitely not a spiritual thing to do. It is not a healthy emotional mental thing to do.
No.
It's definitely not good for the physical body either, because then we end up in masking programs.
Holding all over in your body. You end up holding things all up in your body, and then you're going, why do I have a jaw ache? Why is my knee hurting? Why, why are my hips all,
I know why my knee's hurting. I didn't have a yoga mat yesterday. And then I did yoga on hardwood floor. That's why my knees
My point being is we hold things up. Why is my chest so tight?
I mean, and that's a lot of the stuff that you're going to feel in your physical body is that the joints are going to start to hurt. And it's not just because a lot of people aren't getting out and moving. Now, there are a ton of people that I see walking and jogging and riding their bikes and all of that. So really taking advantage of the opportunity to make sure that they have that daily practice, whether because they can't go to the gym, or start that daily practice because now they're home and they don't have to be at the office, and all that stuff. So they take that break that they need, and that's beautiful. But for everybody else out there who's more sedentary in their lifestyle, your body right now, you can make your body age over the course of this whole epidemic by 5 to 10 years easy if you're not taking care of your physical body. But to take care of the physical means to take care of the emotional and the mental as well. We are all woven together, and what we want to do is we want to segment ourselves out. We want to put ourselves in different containers and be like, oh no, well that's the emotional house over there. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm a logical person. I think things through. I'm not going to let my feelings get into that. I'm going to just put that over there. And then we end up thinking that we have COVID, because then, we have a sore throat and we're congested and our immune system gets weak and we're not moving because we're actually really sad. We're actually really anxious. And we're just like, constricting.
Or we find ourselves blowing up too, even outside the body. We constrict certain emotions, and then all of a sudden we'll find ourselves, we end up creating that volcano thing, and then just a child, your partner, somebody says something, and you go, bah! And they're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what was going on? And in truth, if you're not paying attention to your own emotions, you'll go, I don't know, and you'll blame it on, oh no, but you just made me that mad, which is a victim statement too. But you go into you don't recognize, oh, I've been having all these emotions, I've been shoving them down, not paying attention to them, and so then it will blow.
But we all have triggers. We all have triggers towards our emotions, towards negative aspects of ourselves, because of our wounding, because of our trauma of the past, and just sometimes life drama causes triggers. And some people should probably be more aware of other people's triggers, right? So those things are there, but at the same time, if we're just shoving everything down, guess what happens? Everything becomes a trigger. Absolutely everything. And it's like the slightest little thing can set you off. And that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It gets very dangerous when we don't deal with acknowledging how we're feeling, acknowledging the sensations in our body, acknowledging the emotions that are coming up in us. And it's so much easier. You've known me for 5-6 years now. And you've seen me cry. You've seen me mad. You've seen me broken. You've seen you've seen me in total blissed out, beautiful stage. You've seen me powerful. You've seen me weak. You've seen me in all of these different things. But in truth, from over the course of the last 5 or 6 years, how would you say the processing is? It's like, what's my scope on processing? If I've got something going on,
you go, hey, I'm in this space. I'm in this space.
We lived together for a while, and there were plenty of days that I walked out and I'd look at you and be like, hey, Addison, like,
in a space.
I'm highly emotional today, and I'm just like a little off base. So here's your warning. I was like, and that's how I approach it. I mean, I used to be that volcano and blow because I would suppress, and then I would blow. And I've learned over the course of my life that that's not healthy. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for my relationships, my world, the world that I want to create, any aspect of it. It's far better just to acknowledge on the front side, like, I'm a little messed up today. And I'm going to forewarn you because I'm a little raw. I'm a little raw. I'm a little tender on this. I'm feeling really vulnerable today. I'm feeling really today, like all over the place, scattered, something like that. But we're told not to do that. We're told not to be vulnerable at that level.
But in truth, that's like one of the healthiest things we can do for ourselves, first of all, because we are just acknowledging it and we're going, okay, yes, I see this. I'm not diving into the freaking pile of poop.
Right. Not being a victim.
I'm not being a victim. I'm not going, oh yeah, and let me drop into this at a deeper level and almost create more. Not doing that. But it's also healthy for our partners and the people in our lives, because in truth, then they're going, okay, they can filter what's going on with the other people, because guess what? We're constantly making up stories in our heads about what's going on with somebody else, just basically on a look, on an energy, on it. And so this gives just some clarity of, okay, this person's just having a moment, having a day, just need some space, or is in a great mood and it's just like high vibing. Mm-hmm. It just gives a little bit of foundational understanding of what is happening. And the same thing, actually, we named it fear, don't fear your fear. But actually, in this current environment, I think what we're also seeing is people fearing their light as well. I think we're seeing a lot of people go, oh, I can't be that joyful right now. I can't be, I can't post pictures of myself having this, like, an amazing day, because then people are like, you just must not care about what's going on.
I've been the reciprocator of those awesome statements, because I'm like, I'm going on, I'm talking about love, I'm talking about good sex, I'm talking about connection, I'm talking about abundance, I'm posting fun things that I'm doing with kids, paint nights with family, different things that are going on, my plans and everything. And I have been, I've had a few people be like, how dare you be thriving in this, and everybody's like, oh, how's your business? I had a friend yesterday ask me, do you have any income coming in the midst of this?
Sorry. Our lives haven't changed that much. And thankfully.
Right.
But
right. And I mean, I can appreciate the care.
Yes.
The concern of some of those statements, because I do believe those statements come from a place of that. But to make the assumption that, anybody, if it's more of the just, hey, if somebody's doing good, like, let's go bless that person.
Yeah.
Bless that person, be excited instead of going, because when we have these judgmental, evil thoughts, because that's what it is. Like, when we get super critical, it's an evil thought. If I can't go, wow, Addison, I'm so excited for you that just happened, and really truly go, bless you, I'm excited for you, I want to see the best for you. Because in that, when I give that to you, what I'm also saying is, I'm open to receiving it.
Yeah,
I'm
opened up my vessel.
But so many people go, I can't believe so-and-so is doing this. I can't believe they're fun. And what do? Now we're casting stones. We cast the stone this direction, but we are casting so many back at ourselves. We're like jumping into the pit of despair with our words. And we're causing this havoc, this chaos on our life because of that negativity. And we don't realize how potent those thoughts, those critiques and judgments truly are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we definitely fear both ends of the spectrum, and I think this situation of what's going on right now is really showing us this aspect. And I think internally we go, I'm too happy. This is a hard fall. And I actually wrote an article a couple days ago about like that being from a heart, like a loving space, being in that heart space of like, oh yeah, like I'm putting my heart out there. But then a lot of us go, oh, well, this is a hard fall if this all falls apart.
I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hurt. And the same thing happens. We stop ourselves just from feeling joy and passion and play because we go, what happens when this leaves? So we end up, first of all, stealing that moment, and then we don't allow ourselves to actually go there, and we call in those negative moments because we're like, well, this is good. The next shoe is going to drop. So we just claimed and owned and committed for that shoe drop.
Yeah.
So I think we live in this like middle ground where we fear these negative emotions because we don't want to look at them when there's some beautiful
But we
lessons
fear the
there.
blessing, because if we lean into the blessing, then it's further to.
Yeah, and then we're gonna feel this over here.
We fear the losing because we're not actually opening up to the blessings that are occurring to us. We're living in the scarcity of them not being there, even if they're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if they're there.
Yeah, we don't get present with them.
Yeah.
So, and then and we don't want to feel the negative because we don't want to feel it. And instead of when we go, I don't want to feel it, we actually make it more intense. Instead if we just breathed into it and felt it and went, that really hurts, or that sucks, or like, I'm sad, or yeah, I'm angry. That does make me angry. We end up making that anger, that judgment, that fear, whatever it is, so much bigger.
We cause more constriction to it. And constriction means that we're crunching down on something. But when we crunch down on something, we're applying more pressure. And when we apply that pressure, we create that atom bomb effect to it.
Volcanoes, atom bombs.
Right, because of the pressure, so we actually do. It's at a molecular level, we're creating that thought and compressing. And so we're squishing it all together, and it grows because it's going to push back. At some point, that pressure pushes back. And we have a choice of looking at it and going, okay, and I can expand here, or, which expansion would be what you're talking about, like breathing into it, and literally breathing into it. Like when we say breathe into it, we're not just that's not just a word. It is to pause, to slow down your life and take 3 good deep belly breaths. And like that is, we were just doing yoga, and our yoga instructor, because our yoga class, it's all online right now, and one of our favorite yoga instructors, she made the comment about breathing and how breathing connects the physical to the spiritual, and I was like, go Dane. And like that.
We love you, Dane.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Because what she was talking about is that breath is that connector. That is the conduit between, and I think that's the word that she used, was conduit between the spirit and the physical. And we're here. We can feel, we can see, like we really are tapped into the physical in every which way, especially right now, right? But we're not ever tapped into the spiritual because it's invisible. It is. And that's one of those things that, when we breathe, and as coaches, or just as friends sometimes telling each other to breathe.
It's like, just breathe, girl, just breathe.
It really is just this like reminder, like, oh man, maybe I am causing constriction right now because I'm holding my breath. I'm actually going, and I've forgotten to breathe. Now, granted, if you forgot to breathe, you're going to pass out, right? Like that doesn't work. But our breaths become so short. They become so short, and that's where that constriction comes in. And then what that does is it pushes down the emotion, and it compresses the emotion, and then we start storing it in the physical body, and we need to just.
And sometimes it's breathing, like literally just allowing that breathing space is breathing, and then also just holding the space for the emotion. There's been times I've looked at you and been like, you've said something to me that you're like, this is gonna be like, here comes the spiritual baseball bat kind of like moment, and you go like, and like I go, that I need a moment on that one.
Right.
I need a moment on that.
It's a stirring.
Yeah, it's caught, and I go, I need to feel this emotion. I need to feel the emotion here for a second. So, I mean, I think that's what we're talking about, and it sounds so simple, and yet
it is.
It is.
It is. It is simple. It's very, very simple.
And yet we resist it.
Yeah. Yeah. Much like every great thing out there, it really is not rocket science. It is just coming back to the body, coming back to the emotions, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with yourself. And that is the key element here, because we think that we're vulnerable with other people. We think that we're being, standing in our integrity and our truth, that we are being honest and open, and that we trust ourselves. And it's all a bunch of crap, because we're not being vulnerable with ourselves. Yeah. Because right there, if you can't just sit in an emotion like she just described and just go, I'm really effing mad right now. Like I am so raging inside.
Yeah.
I am this, or oh my God, I have all this pressure in my chest and I'm just so full of anxiety. And to call it out, like really call it out. I have all this pressure right here. I have this burning, like, ugh, in my gut. Like those kinds of things. Or I am absolutely ecstatic.
I'm in a great mood.
You know what? Like today is a wonderful day. I've had an incredible day. It's been absolutely productive. I've had
And own that too, because people don't own that. We don't own that.
And to not shrink any aspect of ourselves. Because when we shrink, we compress. And when we compress, we're not being authentic with self. We're not being vulnerable with self. And guess what that does? We're not being vulnerable with anybody else. And we're not being vulnerable with God, with our dreams, with our desires. We are just
not really living.
a compressed version of ourselves that's, surviving.
We're surviving. We're not thriving in that. So
So
don't do that. Stop it.
There you go.
No, but
Put
really,
it down.
take the day. I hate
Put it down.
All right, I'm gonna put it down. No,
Show them how easy it is, like this.
I hate that statement. I hate that statement. Trigger. No.
You want to see it again?
No.
Okay.
So, I challenge you all today to go beat candlelight. No.
Wow.
No, to be even more present with where you are to restrict your emotions, because we do it all day long. And so it is just taking one day, just 24 hours, and going, I'm going to actually allow myself to feel my emotions. And
call yourself out on it.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes
Yeah,
down
and
to.
see what comes from that.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear your thoughts, what comes up for you guys in that. So, yeah. That's about it.
Stop fearing your fear. Stop doing that. Breathe into your emotions. Breathe into your feelings. Breathe into
Enjoy your life. Like, breathe into the joy, too.
Allow yourself to see your blessings. Even though other people may not be being blessed, you can be blessed. And, allow yourself to feel your negativity, too. That shadow land, that land that is scary for all of us.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
do you have anything that you want to announce?
So I have my fast track coaching program, which is a COVID special going until May 10th. After that, that's done. It's 2 30-minute appointments with me for a very reduced cost. So if you've ever wanted to work with me, like, why not? Come on, get your butt moving. Like, it would be silly not to take advantage. Like, really. Like, come on in. So,
Yes.
you have a special going.
I have a special going.
You have
too.
2 specials going.
I have 2 special going. I have my discounted consults where for local people I'm doing a 6-foot walk around Arbor Hills. So get out, enjoy the sun, take a walk, meet each other, tell me all your troubles and all that good stuff. Let me piece together things so that we can go and deep dive into some coaching over the next few months if that's of interest. And then I also have kind of similar to yours, but mine is a 4-week intensive mastermind one-on-one with some add-ons of group coaching and everything, which is also extremely discounted down because of the COVID special and everything. Just trying to get out there, accessing people, giving opportunities for people to push through their crap. And my whole focus is 7 key elements of creating that lifestyle that you want, and coming out of this whole process, turned on,
Better.
and in tune with yourself, and have moved through some stuff, and having some certain key elements kind of in your back pocket so you can deal with the new world that is definitely emerging.
Yeah, because we can use this time for a lot of growth and expansion, and to leave it even better than we entered it, or we can choose to not. So, and that's choice. So, yeah. So you can find me at AddisonBill.net. You can find this crazy one at
KendallWilliams.com.
All right, guys. We love you. Thank you for watching. See you
Bye,
soon.
everybody.